Salam damai dan sejahtera bagi kita semua. Rahayu, Rahayu, Rahayu. A nation must not die, even if betrayed by its own power. My fellow countrymen and women, today I do not stand to seize power. I stand to save the dignity of a nation, because there is one bitter truth that we cannot longer hide. This country is being controlled by its own power, which has lost its conscience. Honesty as the starting point of history. We live in a country where crime are no longer committed in secret, but rather protected by position, justified by procedure, and sanctified by false rhetoric. Humanity is trampled upon. Nature is mercilessly plundered. The law is exploited and power is used as tool to satisfy the lust for wealth and eternal power. Even more painful, almost all levels of power, from official and law enforcement to institutional guardians, have been caught up in a vortex of corruption, extortion, and systemic manipulation. This is not just a crisis of governance. This is a crisis of civilization. A country may be controlled by criminals, but it must not lose its soul. Brother and sister, in all the noble traditions of humanity, there is one lesson that never changes. Power without justice is legalized robbery. Power without conscience is institutionalized crime. History proves no kingdom has fallen because of external attack. All have collapsed because they root from within. This country is not lacking laws. It is not lacking officials. It is not lacking weapons. This country has lost its sense of sin, its fear of the truth, and its spiritual awareness. Systemic evil is not fate, but human choice. Brother and sister, modern science has explained to us absolute power destroys empathy. Unlimited wealth kills conscience. And a corrupt system will eliminate honest people as a threat. But science also speaks the truth. Any system built on lies is fragile. It appears strong because it is scarce, but it actually rests on fear itself. Today, unjust regimes survive not because they are right, but because the people are frightened and silent. Change does not begin from the palace, but from the moral courage. Brother and sister, do not wait for a savior from the throne. History has never been saved by a repentant tyrant. Great change always comes from a minority of conscience, A small group of people who refuse to compromise with evil, refuse to sell the truth, and refuse to remain silent when justice is violated. They may not be powerful, rich, or popular, but they are the keepers of the flame of civilization. The law must be restored as a tool of the truth, not a mask of evil. Brother and sister, today's law is often used to oppress the weak and protect the wicked. But remember, the law does not belong to those in power. It is the moral memory of nation. Every recorded crime, every injustice voiced, every truth witnessed is a historical treasure that will one day demand accountability. No crime is truly forgotten. It simply awaits its time to be judged by history. Fight without rampage, the hardest path, the most noble path. Brother and sister, we do not want to replace one tyranny with another. We don't want blood for blood. We don't want hatred to give birth to new rulers who are just as rotten. True change demands supreme courage. Firm without being cruel, brave without being brutal, fair without revenge. This is the silent route. Yeah. The route rarely chosen. But this is the only way that will save our children's future. The final cry, the nation's existential choice. Fellow countrymen, today history does not ask who is in power, but they ask who will want to live righteously in the middle of broken country. If there were still honest judges, lawyers who cannot be bought, teacher who does not give up, farmer and worker who do not submit, religious figures who do not sell reverses, the people who are no longer afraid, then this country is not dead. It is just waiting its children who dare to stand tall and say, this country belongs to truth, not the property of robbers who happen to be in power. Life is not to submit to evil. The state must not die, even if it is betrayed by its own power.